sponsors.
'Cause I haven't had peace in so long, and I couldn't seem to go on, but now I can feel it through you, and I will never and ever forsake anything, and I'll follow this path back to you. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wal-tuqa wal-'afaf.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
All right, this is Abdul Malik from DeenTV. I am here with brother Siedd, right?
Siedd, yeah.
Say,
yeah.
how do you have is the best way of saying it?
To be honest, you said it properly. It's like wherever I go, people say it a different way. I go to the UK, they call me Siedd. So, but it's like the way I say it, it's Siedd. It's kind of like all my teachers used to call me Siedd.
Siedd.
So it kind of just stuck with me.
Siedd,
yeah. Siedd, yeah.
Same thing. People call me Malik, Malik, whatever, but you know, alhamdulillah. So you are an artist from Canada. Correct?
Yeah.
What part of Canada are you from?
I grew up most of my life in a city called Mississauga. It's pretty much in like the suburbs of Toronto. So I grew up we spent about 14 years in that city.
Okay.
And then so that's pretty much where I grew up. And
Wow.
yeah. Now, like we ended up moving to a place called like a very small town called Thunder Bay, where I live right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so at what age did you start singing and using your voice?
I actually started, to be honest, once I moved from Toronto to Thunder Bay, like for me it was a massive change. Like it was like, I had all my friends and all of that stuff, and we are going to completely new place.
Yeah.
And so one of the reasons was I had nothing else to do in that small town. So I remember I started, I had to sign up in high school, I had to sign up for this music class. And then that's where it kind of started for me. And I started taking vocals classes and stuff like that.
Vocal lessons,
And then from then on, I started producing myself at home. That's pretty much, I would come from school and then at like 3 p.m. and then I'd be like till like midnight, I'd be on my computer just making beats.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Help me, it's like the walls are caving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I just can't. It isn't in my blood. They ask me how I'm doing, I say it's nothing, but I can feel it deep inside, I'm hurting. Oh, it's just something I can't explain. Lord, I know you can make this better. Sometimes I feel I can't get better. Show me a way that I'll get better. Will I ever? Help me. It's like the walls are caving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up. No medicine is strong enough. Someone help me.
So,
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I noticed about your songs, beautiful. You have a beautiful voice.
That's exactly.
But
yeah, thank
you use the human voice as your instrument. Tell
Yeah,
us about that.
Yeah, so I pretty much, essentially what I do, I just make weird noises with my mouth, all alone in my room, and just hoping something good comes out of it.
Yeah. I wonder what your folks are like. They're like, what's going on in there?
No,
Right.
it's funny because that reminds me, 'cause since like when I was first starting off, to be honest, I was pretty annoying to my family as well. Like I'd be making these weird noises, and like of course you probably know like some vocal warm-ups and stuff like that.
Right,
Yes, they sound pretty weird for some people who haven't heard that before. I remember my mom, she used to be in the kitchen upstairs, and she used to be like just banging on the floor. Usama,
Yeah, what's
like be quiet, or like my sister next door, she's like sleeping, like I'm trying to sleep here.
Yeah. No,
But,
I think we've all gone through that, but that's the makings of alhamdulillah talent. So you what do you you produce all your music, or do you have a producer?
Yeah, I pretty much I do everything myself, from like recording to production, everything.
So what software you use?
I use two main softwares. One is called FL Studio.
Yes, I know that.
And there's also Pro Tools.
Pro Tools.
Yeah,
okay.
so those two softwares are the ones that
and you're able to use your voice and make it sound so full, I guess is a good way.
Yeah, because one of the things for me, like with one of the issues I initially had with a cappella, or like one of the things which I preferred, I guess, is I wanted like what I would hear on the radio, like that more pop sound. For me, that's what I grew up on, right? So I wanted a cappella for me, like essentially, to be honest, I was making a cappella for myself, right? And I wanted to make it a bit like that. It sounds like when you listen to it close, you can tell it's a cappella, but maybe from like at first you'll be like, is this by the voice?
Right,
type
right,
of thing.
right,
But
yeah.
so because I didn't want, like, sometimes I don't want a cappella to be a distraction from the music.
Sure.
I want it to be like, you're listening to the lyrics, but that's in the background. type of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Robbie, I don't understand it. Why is it hard for me? Why is it hard for me? Why is it hard for me? Robbie, now I understand this. Been hard these days, I'll manage. With you, Lord, I'll get past this. And the way I heal, you planned it. Robbie, now I understand this.
Well, you have a strong following on YouTube. Is that the main area that where you produce your music, or you publish your music?
Alhamdulillah, like I was one thing I'm really kind of like grateful as far as like all the fans. They've been pretty much like supporting me from the beginning, and like and to be honest, I credit much of them for sharing all my music around like YouTube. And so alhamdulillah, like now I'm usually to be honest, I'm pretty terrible with social media. I'm like probably the most anti-social guy. but yeah, like on Instagram, I try to just stay somewhat active on that as well.
Gotcha. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That's great. Now you have I know you do covers, right? And then you also you have your own songs, right? You do both. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So alhamdulillah. So like actually. When I first started, the first two songs that I released were originals, and my latest original is a song called "Back to You," and it's actually it's based on a song of it's based on a supplication of the Prophet, peace be upon him.
On this journey I come running to you. Oh, please put my heart at ease. Oh Allah, bring me to you. 'Cause I've been falling for all my life. I've been waiting for you now.
And then so I really wanted to make a song that I'm like, okay, because I grew up listening. Well, I grew up listening to a lot of nasheed, like for example, you guys, right? Like there's a lot of good messages that you take away, and from a young age, because there was so much other things going on, in the radio, and we were able to. You guys provided us an alternative, right? So for me, I essentially I wanted to do that same thing. I wanted like people to be able to kind of take away something from the music, and for me, so that's why for these originals, I want to kind of like give something people that maybe they can try to take away from it.
Wow, great, mashallah. So I guess what's down the line? So we met here at this amazing convention. I'm sure that you've performed at many other amazing conventions. What do you see in the upcoming future for you?
Yeah, so just a few months ago, we started this record label. So it's called Makkah Records.
Oh yes.
And so it's what we're trying to do is we're trying to make because a cappella is a very difficult industry to get into, because it's one of the main reasons I would say is because of the production. It just takes a crazy amount of time to do, right? So so for me, like I wanna make that whole process for people, because I even met some people at the conference. They're asking me, how do you do this? We really want to do it, right?
Right.
And so I want to make this process easier for people. I want to make it more accessible to people.
Right.
So inshallah, our goal for the next few years, inshallah, for Makkah Records is to start maybe inshallah looking into some artists, some young artists who are kind of trying to come up, who are up and coming, and inshallah maybe provide them a platform for that as well. Inshallah.
Okay. Wow, mashallah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. You want to. It seems like you are like a producer. You're a writer. You're a singer. You're a performer. So mashallah, you have great talent in the future. Anything to say to young artists, like you said that you have a plan. You want to mentor. You want to help people. Anything to say for artists out there who they want to do the same thing that you're doing. They want to inshallah have the same success as you. Any thoughts?
I would say the main thing is like it doesn't matter what you have, like for me, to be honest, growing up, I didn't have a lot of equipment. I didn't have a lot of this stuff that we think we have to go to a studio to get a lot of these things done. For me, most of my songs are just done in my bedroom.
Right.
what people need to do is, you know, just work with what they have,
Right,
and just
right.
work really hard at it. And over time, the more time you put into anything, right, you'll find some sort of success. You'll get better. You'll
Okay.
gain more confidence and stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's
So
good, good.
I would say just that's
All right.
pretty much what I would say.
You've heard it here, mashallah, with a great artist. Thank you very much for spending a little bit of
appreciate it.
time,
Thank you very much.
inshallah, and we wish you the best of success.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
This DeenTV video was made possible in part by Penny Appeal USA, Small Change, Big Difference, and by Recycle Processes Incorporated.